Hi there guys, welcome to another Myanmar Log. Today is the 19th of the 2nd, 2020. Let's just jump right into it. Sorry, I've got dirt on my thing already. Alright, so I had a chat with a guy at university. He was just like, I was like, how do you think the world got here? And he was like, science. And I was like, and it was like this for like expecting science just to say everything that agrees with him. And I was like, here we go. He really did have a love for science, really loved chatting about it and stuff like that. He really despised the blind faith of his family and all their ideologies, and I was kind of like, well, isn't science an ideology technically, the way you're presenting it? And he was a bit stunned at that. So my mistake, I should have just forwarded straight ahead, but I went back to evolution and asked for his evidence. He referenced fossils, and I was like, what about fossils? And he couldn't explain from there. And I was like, the kind of species jumping evidence that is widely accepted as the norm today, we actually haven't really seen, and stuff like that. And so he had to go, and I gave him a tract. He said that, he's like, oh, I love all religions. And I was like, he's like, I respect all religions and stuff like that. And I was like, they fundamentally disagree, they're not all true. Had a chat with two girls. They believed in nothing after death. They believed in some other gods and agreed that those gods weren't perfect. It was a really solid gospel conversation. They thought their good works would help save them, and in that case the crime analogy really helped. They said they wanted to trust by the end, but I did stuff up a few times, so getting there. Had a chat with a guy named Micah. He said he would go to heaven through his good works and following the 10 Commandments and stuff like that. He said that he was a Christian, and I was like, well, he's not much of a Christian, is he? I was a bit savage. He recognized that he deserved hell, and he said that he would trust in Jesus even after long counting the cost. And me even going, you may need to leave the Catholic Church. Sorry, I've gotten a few Mozzie bites today, it seems, which is very annoying. Had a chat with a Buddhist guy. He just fought with me on like every single front. He spoke pretty solid English. He disagreed that it's perfection for heaven, disagreed with it being forever, disagreed that Jesus was perfect, just disagreeing left, right and center. And what I found throughout this conversation is that I just kept going back to the Bible. I just kept going, is this Isaiah? Okay, read this. Is this Matthew? Yeah, read this. Is this Leviticus? Read this, and stuff like that. And so that kind of helped, but it just would not sway him. And I'm like, but he just wanted a selfie at the end, so struggles. And then as we were about to go, I got to have a chat with one of the JWs that had set up. He was Russian background speaking. He had already received a track, and he said he disagreed with some of it. I asked him what he needed to do to be made right before God, because that is the thing with JWs. You can get stuck on heaven and hell and all these different tangents, but making sure you stick with the idea of what can you do to be made right before God. He said you have to follow the 2 greatest commandments, which is love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. And I was like, have you done that? And he admitted that he hadn't. And I was like, well, what do we do if we failed that? He's like, oh, you just have to follow Jesus. And I was like, so have you? kind of idea. I showed him Romans 4:1-5, questioned him on it. He couldn't really respond to that, but I really left him with a challenge, like really think about it, okay? And so that was really cool. But yeah, that's the conversations for today. Thanks heaps for watching. Be sure to pray for everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.